Welcome to Weddings Portland Style, the only TV show dedicated to the latest trends and the hottest venues for weddings in the Portland metropolitan area. Today on Weddings Portland Style, planning a wedding ceremony and reception at 2 different locations requires a lot of coordination. Join us as we capture the beautiful wedding of Shelley and Scott. Shelley, a former runway model, and Scott, a businessman, initially crossed paths at work.
I met Scott at a little company called Net Exposure, and I was applying for a sales position, and he was the VP of sales.
I run the sales and marketing there, and she came in to interview, I think, for dual speaking. She speaks Japanese, and for a dual speaking role because we have an office in Tokyo.
I remember during the interview, he didn't say a word.
We had interviewed, she was about the 10th person we'd interviewed that day.
And it was like the other 2 people interviewing me.
And I think I was probably had my laptop and was probably working on my own stuff, not really paying attention. And
I thought, wow, he's really good looking, but he doesn't say anything. What's up with that?
We ended up hiring her, and she ended up working in the same department as me, and so we ended up working fairly close together.
So that's how we met.
It seems like Shelley was intrigued from the start, but how long was it until Scott became Twitter-pated?
When Scott and I were first dating, he was really tough to figure out. He was not into using the phone. How am I supposed to know if you're interested in going out for a date? You have to call someone or you have to ask them, and he rarely did that.
I think if you ask her, she'll say we didn't like each other at the beginning, but that just means we didn't talk or hang out at all. That doesn't mean we didn't like each other. My
mom, Miss Little Wisdom Teller, told me, don't call him, he'll call you. And I remember I wanted to call him so bad one Sunday night, and she's like, nope, he'll call. And then I remember he called, and I was on my bed, and I was screaming, jumping up and down, he called, you were right. It was a good feeling.
As their romance continued to blossom, Scott realized that Shelley was the perfect woman for him. How did Scott propose to her?
Scott proposed to me in Washington, D.C., and that's where we first started to get to know each other. We were at a bar called Old Ebbets.
I asked the bartender, where's the best place in D.C. to ask someone to marry him? And he told me he'd lived there all his life, and that the only place is the Lincoln Memorial. So that was where it's going to be.
We were getting ready to go, and I got off the bar stool, and I went to put my arm around him.
When she came back, she kind of gave me a hug and put her hand in my pocket.
He kind of jumped back and was like, hey, oh!
And she says that she didn't touch it, but I thought she put her hand right on it. And
he just kind of takes a minute, and he looks at me and he goes, oh shoot, all right, here we go. And so he pulled me over to the side and just said, I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and will you marry me? And that was a good feeling. It finally happened.
Even though Scott's proposal plan didn't go the way he had thought, they were still overwhelmed with joy.
It's like a feeling you'll never forget. It's a good feeling.
Let's see what the stylists are up to over at Dosha Salon.
My name is Meg Lee. I work at Dosha Northwest on 23rd and Gleason. This is my model, Rachel. She is going for a classic 1960s look, bringing it back. We're going to do a scalp and shoulder massage, help you relax. Audrey Hepburn is our inspiration today. So what we're going to be doing is just taking up the length a little bit, making it very classic, easy to manage. We're going to add in some nice highlights through the front area, a nice warm, soft, natural brown. Started with emollient, a lot of it, very light foam, really great on damp hair before you start styling. So I use the retexturing gel, blow dry the hair, put it up, then we move on to our workable hairsprays, Brilliant Medium Hold, awesome for finishing, also the air control, also great for finishing. What we did today was a classic updo French twist, something very Audrey and very classic. So if you're wanting to achieve this look, something more classic or something funkier, come see me, Meg, at Dosha Northwest.
When we return from the break, we'll witness the wedding of Shelley and Scott. We'll also hear what it took to plan their special day.
It starts with a promise to make your special day an affair to remember. And ends with the wedding of your dreams. West Coast Event Productions, the Northwest Wedding and Event Specialists.
Beauty Unveiled. Hybrid Moon Video Productions. Stories Told. Moments captured. Emotion shared. Plan your wedding with the media of our generation. Hybrid Moon Video Productions.
The Honeymoon DVD, the hottest tool for planning your honeymoon. Now available at unforgettableHoneymoons.com.